Section 2. Basic Understanding of Disability. Basic Understanding of Disability. There are two topics. 1. What is a disorder, disability, impairment? 2. Types of disabilities, causes, and characteristics. What is a disorder, disability, impairment? The United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities (UNCRPD) states, persons with disabilities which in interaction with various barriers may hinder their full and effective participation in society on an equal basis with others. ICF. The International Classification of Functioning, Disability and Health (ICF) regards disability as people's health characteristics instead of focusing on negative factors. ICF is a classification of human functioning and disability for understanding of the overall condition of the person. Human functioning indicates the ability, function, and environment needed in daily living, such as body functions and structure, activities, and participation. Please watch the video of What is the International Classification of Functioning, Disability and Health (ICF). You can find it in the playlist of Lecture, Specified Skilled Worker for Caregiving. Types of disabilities, causes, and characteristics. Physical disability, visual impairment, hearing disorder, language disorder, malfunction of heart, malfunction of the kidney, malfunction of the respiratory organs, malfunction of bladder and rectum, intellectual disability, mental disability. Visual impairment. Visual impairment is a state in which a person is having difficulty in daily and social life due to disability related to how he or she sees things such as eyesight and field of view. The causes include congenital factors, meaning those who are born with the disorder, and diseases, accidents, and aging. The number of cases of visual impairment caused by diabetes mellitus has been increasing. Symptoms of visual impairment are visual field defect, narrowing of visual field, hemispatial neglect. Typical eye diseases are cataract and glaucoma. Cataract is to cause blurry vision. Glaucoma is to cause lack of vision field. For cataract, the lens of the eyes become cloudy, not retina. Hearing disorder. Hearing disorder is a state in which a person is unable to hear or has difficulty hearing because the route of transmission from the ear to the auditory center is damaged. Hearing disorder is classified based on the level of hearing, region of impairment, and time of onset. Hyperacusia is a partial inability to hear. The means of communication are conversations by means of writing, sign language, lip reading, hearing aid. Language disorder. Language disorder is a state in which a person has difficulty communication using speech due to the damage to the language center of the cerebrum or speech organs. It is a state in which the person finds it difficult to hear, speak, read, and write due to the acquired damage to the language center of the cerebrum. Typical language disorders are aphasia and dysarthria. Aphasia is caused by the brain, Person with aphasia has difficulty to compose the sentence. That's why they can't express what they want to say properly. How to communicate is to use picture and gesture. Dysphagia is caused by weak muscles. We use many muscles to talk. These include muscles in our face, lips, tongue, and throat, as well as muscles for breathing. It is harder to talk when these muscles are weak. Malfunction of the heart. The heart is unable to pump blood to the entire body. Some of the users may have a pacemaker implanted in their chest due to the problem with pulse. A pacemaker is a medical device that generates electrical impulses delivered by electrodes to contract the heart. Malfunction of the kidney. The kidney is unable to filter and clean blood. The user undergoes artificial dialysis to clean blood when his or her kidney malfunctions. Point of caregiving. The user should avoid taking a bath on the day of undergoing dialysis. The user should take only limited amount of salt and liquid. Malfunction of the respiratory organs. It is a state of having difficulty in breathing. The user, who is unable to breathe sufficiently, is treated with oxygen therapy. Portable oxygen inhaler. Oxygen concentrator. Point of caregiving. Avoid open flames when using an oxygen concentrator. It is important to prevent infectious diseases. Prepare for spare batteries. Malfunction of bladder, rectum. It is a state of inability to excrete urine or feces due to bladder or rectum diseases. Artificial urinary bladders and artificial anus are available. The placement differs depending on the disease. An opening fitted stoma is surgically made on abdomen to divert the flow of waste out of the body. Point of caregiving. A care worker disposes of the waste in the pouch over the stoma. If there is a rash around the stoma, report it to the medical staff. Intellectual disability. A person with an intellectual disability is slow in intellectual development in general. If he or she is having difficulty in daily living, he or she needs some special assistance. Point of caregiving, life stage specific response should be provided. Mental disability. Mental disability is a state in which a person suffering from mental function disorder due to mental diseases and have difficulty in performing daily activities and participating in the society. If the condition becomes serious, he or she may significantly lose his or her judgment ability and control of behavior. Mental disabilities include schizophrenia and mood disorders. Some of the symptoms of a person with mental disability are auditory hallucinations, delusions, and depression. Manic state, which is a state of being abnormally exhilarated and open-minded. Section 3. Basic understanding of dementia. Basic understanding of dementia. There are 4 topics. 1. Understanding of dementia. 2. Point of care of people with dementia. 3. Main causative diseases, symptoms, etc. of dementia. 4. Symptoms of dementia. 5. Communicating with a person with dementia. 1. Understanding of dementia. There are 4 parts. Functions of the brain. Definition of dementia. What is cognitive function? Difference between forgetfulness and dementia. The four major lobes of the cerebrum and their functions. Frontal lobe, sense of smell, integration of movement, feelings, motivation, will, etc. Parietal lobe, sense of taste, judgment, understanding, etc. Temporal lobe, auditory sense, understanding of language, knowledge, memory, etc. Occipital lobe, eyesight, etc. Definition of dementia. Dementia is a syndrome in which there is deterioration in cognitive function in brain and cause difficulty to perform everyday activity. What is cognitive function? Memory, recognition, plan, talk, and understand. Action, activities of daily living. Difference between forgetfulness and dementia. Forgetfulness is to forget part of experience, but dementia forgets everything that experienced. Forgetfulness is not progressive, but dementia is progressive. Normal people who just forget can recognize that you become forgetful, but people with dementia doesn't recognize that they become forgetful. Forgetfulness doesn't affect daily life, but dementia affects daily life. 2. Point of care of people with dementia. When taking care of a person with dementia, think from the standpoint of the user. It is necessary to provide nursing care that is centered on the user. Understand the life of the user. It is necessary to provide support for a stable life. Provide support after identifying what the user can do. Provide support and bring out the ability and motivation of the user. 3. Main causative diseases, symptoms, etc. of dementia. There are 3 parts. Types of dementia. Main causative diseases, symptoms, etc. of dementia. Parkinson's disease. Types of dementia. Most of dementia is Alzheimer's type of dementia. Generally, more women suffer rather than men. Second one is cerebral vascular dementia. Unlike Alzheimer's type of dementia, more men suffer rather than women. Third one is dementia with Lewy bodies. Alzheimer's dementia. It is caused by brain atrophy. It is a progressive disease of the brain that slowly causes impairment in memory and cognitive function. Medication to slow the progress of the diseases is available. Cerebral vascular dementia. It is dementia result from conditions that damage one's brain blood vessels. The common symptom is hemiparesis, language disorders, etc., depending on the location and the size of the damaged brain area. Dementia with Lewy bodies. It is caused by brain atrophy. It is a progressive decline in mental abilities. People with Lewy body dementia may experience visual hallucinations. It is complicated by Parkinson's. Frontotemporal dementia. It primarily affects the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain. These areas of the brain are generally associated with personality, behavior, and language. Common symptom is inappropriate social behavior. 4. Symptoms of dementia. Core symptoms of dementia caused by brain damage. Behavioral and psychological symptoms of dementia. These symptoms are caused by the environment, personality, and nature of the user, human relations, etc. Core symptoms of dementia. Memory impairment. Memory impairment refers to a disorder that makes it impossible to remember new facts and information. Cognitive impairment. Cognitive impairment refers to a disorder that makes it impossible to recognize time, place, and people, like disorientation. Executive function disorder. A person with an executive function disorder can't remember procedures and becomes unable to carry out various activities, like becoming unable to execute the procedures of cooking, and apraxia. Apraxia is a motor disorder caused by damage to the brain, in which the individual has difficulty with the motor planning to perform tasks or movement when asked. Comprehension disorder, judgment impairment. Become unable to make judgment due to decreased comprehension, judgment ability, like counting money becomes a difficult task. Behavioral and psychological symptoms of dementia. Excitement, aggressive behavior, like violence. Excitement and aggressive behavior are caused by the person's anxious feelings, as he or she doesn't understand what other people do to him or her. It is considered that his or her aggressive behavior is caused by his or her inability to let others know of his or her pain, urge to defecate, urge to urinate, etc. Wandering. Wandering is a behavior of roaming around for some purposes or because of some reason that makes the person unable to stay still. Pica. Pica is a compulsive eating disorder in which people eat non-food items. One of the psychological symptoms is hallucination. Hallucination refers to a state in which a person feels something that doesn't actually exist. Delusion. Delusion refers to a state in which a person believes something that is not real. 5. Communicating with a person with dementia. There are 6 parts. Don't deny his or her words and behavior, but just accept them. Listening. Talk to him or her with simple, easy to understand words. Organize his or her rhythm of daily life. Don't easily change living environment. Supporting independence. Don't deny his or her words and behavior, but just accept them. Dementia is a syndrome in which there is deterioration in cognitive function in brain. Therefore, it would be meaningless if you correct or persuade them to do right thing. I would rather say that it would cause opposite effect to them. What is most important is to accept them. Listening. Listening is more important rather than speaking. The proper way to listen is one of requirement for a professional caregiver. The person with dementia is likely to have difficulty to express what he or she wants to say. So, caregivers need to be patient and listen to carefully. Talk to him or her with simple, easy to understand words. Dementia causes the problem of cognitive function in brain. As you learn already, one of the cognitive functions is talk and understand. Therefore, a caregiver should consider how the user can understand easily. Using simple and short sentences is better. Organize his or her rhythm of daily life. It is important to organize the rhythm of daily life from morning to bedtime. Don't easily change living environment. A person with dementia has difficulty to adjust to a new environment. He or she is awkward to be flexible. Therefore, it is not a good idea to change the living environment easily. Supporting independence. A caregiver should let the user do what he or she can do. The idea of supporting independence can bring out his or her ability and motivation. Okay, you are done with the third section in the chapter of Understanding of People in Need of Nursing Care, which is Basic Understanding of Dementia. Congratulations, you can get one step closer to be a good caregiver. See you next lesson.